How's it going, everybody? Combo here. Today we got 5 quick tips with the Gravity Vortex here in Season 5 of the Finals. I apologize, I've been kind of late on making this guide, because really the Gravity Vortex is a pretty complex gadget, and I really wanted to take the time to fully understand it, and also present that material in a way that's not just rambly, but is cohesive and makes sense with, the current landscape of the Finals and where the meta has shifted. With that being said, I'm gonna quit yapping and get right into the video so I can show you guys some of the pretty cool stuff I found. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting things out at number 1, we have Vortex Stacking. This is a pretty well-known tip at this point, but I thought I would include it at number 1 because it's, kind of neat and a lot of people may not be utilizing it or they may not understand how it works fully. So exactly how the name implies, the Gravity Vortex can actually be stacked. So the way this works, when you throw down the Gravity Vortex, as you can see here, you begin seeing the cooldown on the right start ticking down. However, although it might lead you to believe that you can throw down 2 vortexes, unfortunately you can only have 1 on the field at a time. However, there is a way to kind of have 2 vortexes, but not really at the same time because once again, you can't have 2 down at the same time. However, what you can do is activate a vortex, wait for the time on that vortex to expire, and then toss down another vortex. In my experience, the vortex is about 7 seconds-ish. If you throw down another vortex, you can of course extend that duration. Personally, I like to be on the safer end and throw my second vortex a little earlier because when you're in the heat of combat, it's kind of tough to count. So once again, I'm going to activate this one here, give it a sec to start doing its thing. Usually right when I start seeing red is when I throw down my next one. So I start seeing the color change, I put down my next vortex, that one's gone, I suck in another one. Once again, you can do this kind of however you see fit. This is how you would stack them. Once again, understand if you try to throw down 2, it's gonna cancel the one out. So if you wanna stack Gravity Vortexes, this is the way to do it. Next up at number 2, we have the Super Vortex Throw. Now with a gadget like the Gravity Vortex, I'm sure you've seen 100 times now, what people like to do is they like to stall cash out. So I take this cash box, I throw it up there. As you can see, a little bonus tip for you right there. If you want to stall out a cash box, you can chuck it right in the air. The Gravity Vortex is very good for that. However, sometimes maybe you want to throw people off a cash out or catch people off from a distance. Well, I can show you just how to do that. So as you can see here, compared to most throwables in the game, the Vortex actually has a pretty good range. As you can see right there, it goes quite far. However, if you combine this throw with the evasive dash, you can throw the Gravity Vortex further than basically any throwable in the finals right now. So if I'm looking at those lights all the way over there, what you're gonna do is you're going to throw the vortex. As soon as it leaves your hand, you are going to input an evasive dash in the forward direction. This will essentially double the distance, if not triple how far you can throw that vortex. Once again, this is really good for a weapon synergy that I will show later, but it's also good for catching people if they're trying to get to a cash out. Maybe you're too far, maybe they're going for a cash box. Really the sky's the limit. Once again, it's a complex game. Just wanted to put that out there. So as I said, throw, input that dash. As you can see right there, the distance on that is insane. I put it like right in front of those lights over there. So I put it down. As you can see, it activates. I will run over here real quick. I'll show you guys that one more time because that wasn't even as good as it can get. So we'll go back, swap weapons. Once again, this time I'm gonna stick it on that wall. So I input the dash. As you can see, it goes flying and we stick it all the way on that wall. Haven't seen this anywhere on YouTube yet. I believe I'm the first to cover this. So if you wanna catch people from a distance, there you go. Use that dash and throw that vortex. Alright, next up at number 3, we have the barrel combo. Now this is one of my favorite in the game because as I mentioned in tip number 2, and you probably witnessed, the Gravity Vortex has a very, very good throw distance, which combos fantastically with all the different canisters in the game. Personally, I like to do this canister combo with the gas canister because it throws a little further than your fire one, and as you'll see here, there's a really cool tech you can practice to actually throw this canister, stick it mid-air with the Gravity Vortex and do some pretty cool stuff. But even if you don't want to practice that, once again, this combo is very easy to pull off. This works because once again, you throw the vortex very far and it has essentially the same throw angle as a gas canister. So once again, I'm gonna look at this heavy target here, see if I can pull off the tech I was talking about. I throw it, as you can see, I actually stick the canister while I throw it, which is pretty cool. And that's going to roll over that target. But once again, let's say I'm not James Bond. I can't even hit the canister, that's pretty hilarious. Let's say I'm not James Bond, right, and I want to do it in a normal fashion. Of course, you can just take your canister. You don't have to be overly accurate. You can just pick it up, throw it, as you can see right here. It might stick, it might not. I think, did I stick that one again? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, no, I didn't. So you'll put it there, and once again, it's going to pull targets in, and as you can see, you have that same launch angle when you throw it. So once again, I'll do that one more time. I'll run over here. I will grab my canister. I'm looking at this heavy target here. Chuck it, chuck that, and once again, that's going to activate. It's gonna hit him and do that. The same thing applies once again if they're up close. So definitely give this a try. Very powerful, good for denying cash outs, good for dealing damage, and at a minimum, it looks pretty sweet when you pull it off. Alright, next up at number 4, we have throwable combos. This isn't with a canister, although you can combine this tip with this one as well, but I'm going to showcase some of my favorite combos with the Gravity Vortex. So in this one, I'm just going to keep it to frag grenade for the sake of time. So unlike the Gravity Cube, which does not affect throwables like grenades, the Gravity Vortex actually will. So I'm going to keep this pretty simple. Once again, if you want to combo your throwables most effectively, you're going to want to underhand them. So once again, if I'm looking at a target here and I want to trap him and deal some damage, if I throw my frag grenade here, as you'll see, it'll actually get sucked in and pulled up into the center. However, if I try to throw it like this, you're gonna have to throw it at the ground because as you can see, it goes right through that vortex. So once again, if you want to combine your throwables, I'm gonna do this right here. I'm going to then underhand it, pull out my Gravity Vortex. That's gonna pull my grenade into the center as well as those targets. Once again, I'll put in my frag grenade so you can see it. It gets pulled to the center, actually came back and hit me as you can see there. Once again, it is possible, as I showed off in my last tip at number 2, it wasn't my last one. If I want to combine the throw and the frag, I can definitely do that. As you can see, that's going to pull them in the center as well as my frag grenades. Once again, I'll put my frag out there. You can see it gets pulled right into the center there. So combining that long range throw with something like the frag grenade is obviously powerful. You can also combine this with the pyro grenade and the gas grenade if you want to go that route, but I just wanted to show you my favorite, which is the frag grenade. Once again, combining it with that long range throw, as you can see here, is really powerful because you can activate that vortex right as that frag gets there. Once again, very cool combo. I highly recommend you give it a shot because it can definitely catch people off guard. And finally, at number 5, we have a bit of a twofer. So the first thing, I'm going to show off my favorite weapon pairing with the Gravity Vortex. And then if you stayed at the end of the video, I have a very unique physics manipulation glitch with the Vortex that a subscriber of mine sent me. So thank you, Haster. So firstly, we're going to talk about the weapon pairing. So my favorite pairing with the Gravity Vortex is of course the SR-84. Hear me out before you start rioting. Understand every weapon pairs good with the Vortex, other than maybe the melee weapons because you get caught in the Vortex, but I digress. The reason I love the sniper is for 2 primary reasons. Firstly, when targets are hit by the Vortex and are in the air, understand that their accuracy is worse because they are airborne. Most weapons lose accuracy when they're airborne, as you can see right here by the reticle on the sniper. The other reason, when you combine this with tip number 2, targets are also at a longer distance when they are suspended. Of course, suspending targets from long distances, as I showed off, can be a little bit difficult, but another reason the Vortex is very good is if I'm running through a doorway, I throw it down, I'm getting chased by a target, I can lock targets in a doorway, turn around, and get easy headshots, because once again, they're just sitting at the window, and their accuracy is going to be lowered. But once again, as I showed off before, styling on targets with the Vortex with tip number 2 is really easy because once again, all I have to do, if those targets are over there, of course they're standing still, I understand, combine that there, activate my Vortex, and they're just sitting there, you know, just primed for headshots. So I love combining the Vortex with the sniper. Targets are just sitting there, it makes it harder for them to hit you, and it just plays into all the strengths of the SR-84, so definitely keep that in mind. Finally, we have the glitch that Haster sent me. Thank you, by the way. This is a physics manipulation glitch. Essentially, it's very simple to pull off. What you're gonna do is you're going to look at a throwable object. I like to use cash boxes because why not? So you're gonna look at them, you're gonna throw down the Vortex in a place where you can quick melee it. You're then going to pick it up. As soon as you throw it, quick melee, as you can see right here, nothing happened because I had it in the wrong place. That's kind of funny. We're going to pick that up here and try again. So put it on a place that you can quick melee it. Once again, right here, I should be able to. And as you can see, the cash box does some pretty weird things. So we're gonna pick this up again so we can quick melee it. I'm gonna put it on top here one more time. As you can see, now it's facing me. Throw quick melee. yeah, that thing goes flying. Apparently, you can use this to nuke targets and pull them in. So yeah, very cool stuff. Thank you for that, Haster. I'm happy to show everybody. Anyways, everyone, this video was much longer than I wanted it to be, mostly because I love the Gravity Vortex. I could probably do a part 2 if you guys would want to see that, so please let me know in the comments section down below. Anyways, guys, once again, video's gotten too long. Thank you to my channel members. I love you guys so much, especially those who tune in for my streams and donate or do whatever, or, you know, people who just, you know, show up. You know, I've been streaming a little bit lately, so if you see me on, stop by and say hi. Alright guys, this has been Combo. Stay home, stay safe, and yeah, peace out everybody. Later.